So, point number 5, the fifth secret on how to become the world champion of public speaking. This might sound pretty strange to you. In fact, I'm pretty sure not many would tell you this, but I coach people when it comes to public speaking or being the world's best at public speaking. I tell them, you need to start exercising. You need to start getting in better health. You need to start jogging. You need to start swimming. You need to start having bath in cold water every single day. And they would like, what has that got to do with public speaking? What has having bath in cold water, sleeping on time, eating healthy, losing weight, jogging, running got to do with public speaking? Now, if you are a normal public speaker, you're just going to deliver speeches and you're just trying to be better, you don't have to actually look fit. But here's the thing, consider this. Let's assume two speakers. One of them is really fat and bloated and breathing heavy. The other guy is like in shape. He has a lot of energy. He's speaking. He's like, wow, just like Tony Robbins, full of energy, like Gary Vaynerchuk. Oh, he looks amazing. He has a great physique and he has a great personality and he looks good. Which speaker do you think audiences would mostly be inclined towards? Now, if we are to be truthful in a normal, everyday scenario, in the normal world that we are in, always it's the attractive speaker who gets much more attention. We are visual. We normally judge people through our eyes. So we always look at someone who's different, who stands out, who's visually appealing. So that is number one, okay? But if that is not important to you, let's say you don't care about how you look. Let's assume that you normally and naturally have a obese physique. So how do you actually tackle this? It's very simple, okay? I'm not talking of only trying to look visually appealing. Keep this in mind. When you start speaking, when you speak, especially on an important day, especially in a competition, or especially when there are like 2,000 people or 200 people and people are paid to come and see you, your heart rate goes up. When your heart rate goes up, you tend to breathe faster, you tend to get nervous, you tend to shiver, your blood circulation starts going berserk, your brain stops thinking clearly. And that is why many a times when many speakers speak, they freeze, they forget their lines, they don't know what happened. In fact, if something happens like a noise or someone fell down or a disturbance or someone moved their hand, you're just like, oh, what happened? And that is where you get lost. The only way to control this, the fluctuating of your heart, the nervousness, sorry, I'm drinking coffee. Okay. The forgetfulness, like how just now I had a memory lapse. The only way to control this is if your heart rate is high, if your health is stronger. For this to be a good speaker, you need to have really strong lungs. You need to be able to breathe in and breathe out. You need to be able to control your heart rate and bring it down. So whenever I get nervous, I am able to bring my heart rate down and relax myself. That is why I don't get nervous, because of years of practice of keeping myself healthy. So, if you want to learn to control your heart rate, you want to control your breathing, you want to relax your mind, especially in a very stressful environment, and you want to be able to think sharp, really, really sharp, so that nothing frazzles you, nothing bothers you, especially when you have competitors or you have someone better than you and you want to give them a mental warfare, a kind of a game. Health is very, very important. Health is very, very important. And so what are some of the steps? Well, you can try out whatever is good for you, but the best of the best, what I recommend, number one would be meditation. I meditate almost 15 minutes every single day, and if I had something very important, I would increase it to the point where it would come to almost 1 hour before the actual date of the competition. So let's say, for example, the date is, let's say, December. I would start from August onwards, increasing by every 1 minute or 2 minutes, so that let's say 15 days before my competition or 1 month before my competition, I'm able to comfortably relax myself and get into the zone within, let's say, 1 hour. So 1 hour would be my threshold, 1 hour of meditation to get me in and get me out. And I constantly practice to wonder, let's say I tell someone to make me angry or get me crazy, and then I practice to get my heart rate down. The other thing which I would recommend for anyone is have practicing is having bath in ice cold water. I put myself in a tub filled with ice and practice bringing my heart rate down. Instead of going this way, I just practice bringing my heart rate down. But yeah, please do it step by step. Consult a doctor before you do this. Don't just try because I told you. Another one is I would practice running for 1 to 3 hours. I'm not joking. I would run for 1 to 3 hours, and I would practice my speech while running for 1 to 3 hours non-stop. So a 7-minute speech, practicing for 3 hours, which is not easy, but that is what I would do. Another way of increasing your health threshold is breathing in deep and breathing out deep. I would do this for 15 minutes to half an hour. Obviously, remember, you would hyperventilate. So please don't get knocked off or just lose consciousness or get blacked out. First, practice 10 times breathing in and out properly. If you're used to that, go 20 times, go 50 times. So health is very, very important, and that's how you really get to the part of being cool, calm, and composed on the day of speaking. So remember this: the person who has a higher capacity to breathe in and breathe out, the person who has the capacity to control his heart rate and bring it down, the person who has the ability to get into the zone just by click of a finger, is the person who would be able to perform much, much more better than an average Joe. So keep this in mind when you are going to speak on a very important day, on the day of ultra competitive advantage, or on a day that really matters to you. If your health is really up there, if you really keep yourself incredibly fit, you would be able to do it much better than anyone else on the planet. So the fifth secret to becoming a world champion of public speaking or the world's best speaker is get your health in order, be as healthy as possible. And remember this, even if you change your diet, to eating healthy food, that also is a big contributor to your success. So this is point number 5. Let's quickly move on to the next point number 6. This is Machedo. I hope you enjoyed my video session. If you have any questions, please send it to me at loy@loymachedo.com. Do share and like this video. And remember, if you'd like to donate to my channel, that is through PayPal, loy@loymachedo.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Goodbye.